Good evening, Sacred Heart families. Thank you so much for being here for our back to school night. Unfortunately, I'm not there in person to meet you, and I'm so bummed about that, but I really appreciate my colleagues who are there to host you and welcome you. This is English 3-4 Honors with me. I'm Alyssa Aninag, and I'm your child's English teacher. We'll start with how I normally start class with a quick warm up or what I call a do now. I would love to invite you to write your child a sweet note of encouragement on the 3x5 cards that are provided at your table. You are welcome to write in your native language as well if you're comfortable doing that. And please also don't forget to address your child by the name they're called at school. Sometimes I have a hard time deciphering who's your baby or what their nickname is that they're called at home. This is a way that I start our classes. It's usually a writing activity that gets them settled and in English class right away. Typically, it's a writing prompt where whatever they're thinking about at the beginning of the class coincides with what we're doing later on in our block. As I mentioned, my name is Alyssa Aninag, and my last name is pronounced Anna, like a girl's name, and nag, like somebody's nagging you to do the dishes. And this is my email, so you're welcome to take a picture of this so you don't lose it. It's also on Schoology. And if you ever have any questions or concerns throughout the year, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I also put a note here. Oftentimes it's helpful and relevant to also include the child's counselor. So please be sure if you feel like they need to be looped in to CC them and include them in the message as well. A little bit about me. I am a product of Catholic education. I grew up in Stockton, California, not too far from here, and I graduated from St. Mary's High School. I then went on to earn my bachelor's in English literature and media studies from the University of San Diego, and I earned my master's of fine arts degree in creative writing from right here in our backyard at USF. I have over 12 years of education experience in various sectors supporting a wide variety of students. I started my career at 826 Valencia, which is a beloved nonprofit here in San Francisco that supports public school students on their expository and creative writing. I was also an adjunct professor for a handful of years at USF, teaching undergraduate students literature and writing courses. And I was a founding high school English teacher across the bridge in East Oakland at Cristo Rey de la Salle High School. And all of that led me here. So I'm in my 6th year here at SHC as an instructor of English, and I'm also the Associate Director for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging, specifically for academics, helping teachers deepen their equity practices in their classrooms. At the 3-4 honors level, we're building off of the foundational skills that they practice from freshman year, especially related to analytical writing, and we're really expanding their paragraph writing into longer essays. We're reading more. We're also reading more deeply and at an accelerated pace. We're continuing to hone their critical thinking and analysis skills, as well as creative writing. This is one of the classes where I do like to offer that option for creative writing endeavors, especially students who really enjoy that, as well as writing and communicating verbally. So a lot of times we're doing group discussions. The classroom is naturally set up for small group conversations, as well as large group Socratic seminars, presentations, or panel discussions. This course is designed to help prepare students to take, if they wish, the advanced placement program courses, so AP Literature or AP Language, their junior and senior years. Right now, we're wrapping up the nonfiction and personal essay unit. Hopefully one of these four memoirs looks familiar to you. Students had the option to read one of these four over the summer, and we've had some really great conversations about these various authors and people, especially in the public domain. And we've paired it with a few essays from The World of Wonders, which is a collection of essays from Amy Nezhukumatathil. For the fall semester, we're reading two pieces of fiction. Carson McCullers' The Ballad of the Sad Cafe, which is a novella, paired with Gloria Naylor's Mama Day, which we'll be reading during quarter two. Parents also often ask me what's the best way to support my child, especially when it comes to English. And I usually like to recommend reading alongside your child. So I know, we may not all have the bandwidth to do that, but there might be an audiobook or even a podcast about these two pieces of literature that you may listen to and have discussion and dialogue with your child about what they're reading. And it does help deepen their understanding of the reading itself. And so if you have the time, I would encourage you to read it with them and talk with them about it during dinner or car rides, or find other ways to kind of listen to the story and have those same conversations with your child. One really unique opportunity that all sophomores have as part of their English class is supporting our neighbors in the Tenderloin. In October, our class is scheduled to go to St. Anthony's, which is right down the hill. St. Anthony's Foundation is a Catholic nonprofit that supports all walks of life, particularly those who are in the Tenderloin neighborhood. And they have a variety of incredible services that students help with for the day. So we'll take a field trip for the day in mid-October, around the same time the first quarter ends, and students will engage in two different opportunities to help volunteer and work alongside St. Anthony's guests. They have the opportunity to either support the free clothing program or their free meal program. And these are a few photos of what they've done in the past. And I'm sure you know your child. I definitely know sophomores and 15-year-olds, and they rarely use the word fun. But at the end of this day, a lot of students always come up to me and say how much fun they've had and how meaningful it was. And they always feel really inspired to do more and help their community beyond school. And so, even if this is just for one day, I would ask them about it and see, how they might want to continue to do something like this with your family and with you all. In terms of the workload, it's about 45 minutes of work on average. And that may fluctuate throughout the year depending on what we're doing. Sometimes they may not have any homework. Sometimes they might have more than 45 minutes, especially if it's close to the end of the marking period or they're about to turn in a summative or a major assessment. They're given a day and a half to complete. If it is something of a heftier assignment, I do give more time. At the end of every block, they do have at least 10 minutes to start their homework. So that gets them to at least read the directions or even ask me any questions or schedule office hours with me if they need more clarity. At the start of the school year, I am really intentional about trying to get to know your child. And so in class, I've been meeting one-on-one with students to just get to know them a little bit better, see how English was last year for them, what they're interested in outside of school or any extracurriculars they're part of. And they've been really sweet and open and willing to share a little bit more about themselves. So it's been really fun to just get to know them a little bit better. For any academic support, I offer office hours 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, before school starting at 8:30 and after school ending at 3:30. I typically ask students to schedule ahead of time just so I can prepare or read their work if I need to do that, but they're always welcome to just drop in and drop by. This is a student schedule. This is also my schedule. I start at 9:30 and end at 2:30. So as I mentioned, email is the best way to get a hold of me, but if I don't get to you right away, it typically means I'm teaching, but know that I try to respond at least within a 48-hour period. Please be sure to sign up for Schoology updates. Our class syllabus lives at the top of our Schoology page, so you can access that anytime. And if you have any questions, again, please send them my way via email. If it is relevant and is helpful for the counselor to also know, please also include them. Again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. And I'm so sad I am not there to meet you in person. I hope to meet you at some point, whether it's a Bruce Mahoney game or a SHC event. Please say hi. I would love to meet you. Thank you so much. And if you did fill out a 3x5 card, there's a basket near the exit and you can just drop it there. Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening.